How's everybody doing? In today's video, I'm just going to be talking about guitar cases. Do you need to have a hard case, or can you get away with having a soft case or a gig bag? So the rule that I've typically followed is this. Now keep in mind, I'm a very careful person when it comes to guitars. I would never lean a guitar in anything that's not a stand. You know, I'd put a guitar in a case whenever need be. And I think that if you are a careful person and you know that you are the only person who is going to be handling your guitar, then you can get away with a gig bag. And only you can really know if you're going to trust yourself with that. I've seen people that are not very perceptive lean their guitars in dangerous places and just have them fall over. And it's something where as soon as I see it, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you putting your guitar like that? But if you're very aware and if you're very careful and you're the only person that's going to be handling your guitar, then yes, I think you can get away with a gig bag. And obviously there's different levels of gig bags. There's real flimsy cheap ones that are about one layer of canvas, and then you can get up higher and higher levels where they have padding just by the headstock or padding all around the entire thing, and obviously the more padding the better and the more expensive it's going to be. But if you are ever going to be in a situation where anybody else is going to handle your guitar even for a minute, then I suggest you get a hard case, and you get a really solid hard case, probably one that the manufacturer either sells or recommends. And the reason that I say that is that I once flew with a guitar. It was an acoustic guitar, it was in a gig bag, and I had the guitar all the way up to the gate. I gate checked it. The very last possible second, they told me there was no way that it could go in the cabin of the plane. There was no closet or overhead thing they could put it in. They had to gate check it. And so I figured, well, it's just leaving my hands right now. What are the chances that something's going to happen to it? It only has to go about 20 feet into the plane. And in that case, I got my guitar back right after the flight, and one of the tuning pegs was completely snapped off. And that was really a bummer, because even if the airline had reimbursed me, which they didn't, I still needed that guitar to play at a funeral, which was shortly after I got to my location, and the guitar was broken. And you can't just rely that somebody's going to be able to get you in somewhere to fix your guitar, especially if you're out of town and you don't have any tools with you. And in that case, I was very lucky that somebody let me borrow their guitar to use at the funeral, and it worked out. But still, it wasn't ideal. And that was damage that could have been avoided if the guitar was handled carefully, number one, which you can never expect it to be truly unless you're the one handling it. And it also could have been avoided had the guitar been in a proper hard case. So that's how I came up with the rule of, if you're the only one who's going to be handling the guitar, then you can kind of get away with the gig bag. But if anyone else has to handle it, including flying anywhere, then I would strongly recommend having a proper hard case, just from my experience. So if any of you guys are out there shopping for cases, if you're trying to decide what you can get away with, that's my recommendation. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it and subscribe, and I will see you next time.